Just testing right now to make sure everything's working, if anyone's there. Apparently I am live, I don't see any movement from... Hold on. Okay. Hi. Just sorting out the background stuff. Okay then, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Good. It's not fine really, it's a bit low quality to be honest, but... In case you're wondering, the times I've got on there were from a practice run I just did, going through each one individually. So I don't know how accurate it will be to a full run, but I do have some times to aim for. As you can see, most of them are pretty bad. This will be a full expert run. I don't plan to do anything particularly weird. I plan to keep most of my strategies to fairly safe ones. I routed this myself, so I can't guarantee the routes are good. I didn't actually check my route against Rogston, I think it was, who did all the old routes. So this might end up being terrible. I also haven't actually practiced most of these levels today, because I didn't have a chance to, because of various things I'm not going to go into. So I'm sort of just hoping that this turns out okay. I don't see any reason to delay it, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I started early. Hold on. Because you start at the continue, not... No, I haven't. I didn't know you had done any 100% runs. Because... Also, Crag's Cleft is a complete and utter pain in the butt, as you're going to see. Screw that mission. Crag's Cleft, Song of the Caverns, Thieves Guild, and Undercover are all horrible on Expert. Though I think I managed to solve my problem with Undercover. Anyway, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, young Garrett.
Getting a little bit of lag, but should be able to handle it.
Skills you will need to survive. Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room. You must learn how to move unseen.
I'm just going to do this the normal
Stay
way.
in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell
Again,
you how
safe
visible you are.
strats.
Well
Try
done.
to reach the top of the
I did
platform
not see you
without
approach.
being seen. Open this door to continue.
Much
When
better
the door
than
is near the center of your
failing
screen, it will light
18
up,
times.
indicating that it is selected. to manipulate selected
Very
doors
good.
and other objects.
I did not
I believe this will be a world
You must
record at the
learn to
end,
move quietly. Some surfaces
by
are
virtue
louder
that
than
no one
others
else has
to
actually
walk
done an
on, and
expert
moving
run
quickly makes
before
more
this
noise
one.
than moving slowly. Listen to your own
Not
footsteps
like a
to
full
hear
run.
how much noise you are making. The instructor will have his back.
I might be wrong there.
You must get to the top of the platform without being heard. Now get your weapons. To pick up objects, select them by centering them on screen until they light up. Then use them. Now you will learn new movement skills. First, climb the rope by jumping
Not sure
onto
why I
it. This
took
obstacle
extra
is
damage
easy
there.
to climb if you know how. First, move close to the wall.
Well, it matters as you can't take damage on this
Wall
level.
and pull yourself
But I
up. Good
found
job.
other
I am
uses
most
for those
pleased with your
skills.
progress. You have passed the last test for today. If you wish, you may stay to practice your...
Oh, should have grabbed an extra health
Too
potion.
many to try to get
Oh shit.
by.
I'm surprised I lived that. Oh, went the wrong way. Good, I meant to go through that door, but given the situation...
Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for myself.
This is going to be a little bit slow, it looks like, if only because I'm going to die a couple of times. As I've gotten some quite bad RNG on the guards. You don't need the potions most of the time, but like on normal it's almost entirely unnecessary, but on expert there's just enough chance
How pretentious can you get?
of them getting lucky and hitting you enough times that it just saves the frustration.
I wonder if he reads
thanks,
it or
Dad.
if it's just for show.
Was too far to one side. Okay, this is Crag's Cleft. This is quite possibly the hardest level in the game. I didn't use the speed potion where I normally do. That's probably good, because using it when escaping with Basso probably is better. I had a nasty habit of quaffing it while trying to go through the water, which was just unnecessary. That saves us a bunch of trouble later. Yeah, we're going to be exiting down that way, and we do not want to have that guy still alive and active. Oh dear. Okay, if memory serves me, this should work. I hope. Oh, nope, I need to go down here. I meant to drop the crate before I go down here. I always forget to come here. I didn't mean to jump then. For those wondering, no, I haven't forgotten something.
Halt and show thy face.
I shouldn't.
Thou shalt not hide forever.
Ah. This jump is an absolute arse.
I heard that. Show thyself or face the consequences.
Okay. Usually I can just grab it off his belt when I'm going up there.
All right.
But I find it easier than
Let's
doing
get you
the
out
other
of here
thing.
and me my money.
I shall find thee and crush thee.
Good thing you're dying, Cuddy, or I'd have to kill you for stiffing me again.
Some mystery has been for you.
Felix went out to the Hall of Winter down at Barnhall.
Ah!
Notes.
Cuddy! I have no idea what was happening there.
All right, old man. Let's get you out.
Okay, I'm gonna just go out and knock that guy on his ass before he can get to me. Not worth the hassle.
Good thing you're dying, Cuddy, or I'd have to kill you for stiffing me again.
Snap, snap, puppy. But I owe you, so... Felix went out to the Horn of Quintus, down at Barnhall.
One thing I've noticed about Expert, the parts that were already hard are even harder because you have less health to mess around with.
More light. Stairs. Officers' quarters. Once
I should just... Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna go the slightly harder route. Ah! Got it first time. That route is faster than going out the door, but well, it is the harder route.
This must be how they spend all those tithes.
Is that thee? Where camest thou? 'Twas your last warning.
It may seem odd to come all the way up here, rather than grabbing loot from further down, but as it turns out, you have to go at least up to the like the officers' quarters to get loot. And if you're going that far up, you may as well go all the way and do the entire, pretty much the entire loot objective in one place. As you can see, a lot of this mission is just getting lucky with guard placement. Oh bugger, I forgot something. I knew I went up here for some reason. And I completely forgot why. Yeah, that's the other thing. I haven't practiced this for those who weren't here for the intro. I meant to, but then some stuff happened and I couldn't. So expect things to be a little bit ramshackle at times. If this doesn't work again, I'm just going to go up the stairs. I saved on the crate. I should be able to make the jump.
Well, there's.
You always want to hit both of those levers.
Conscious of the secret, but now I'll have to carry him.
Yes. I'm going to lose some time on this mission because of what happens in Cuddy's cell. But that's okay. might not be okay is being on this low health while carrying Cutty out, or not Cutty, Basso. If I get unlucky and the zombies are in the wrong place, this might actually be unwinnable. Or at least I'll have to spend a very long time messing about with holy water or something, if I have any holy water. No, it looks like I'm actually okay. Not gonna body surf down here. You can do that in one big leap, but again, safe strats. I'm already 30 seconds behind. I'm not gonna risk falling further. So yeah, in answer to your question on how you do Crag's Cleft, the only answer I can give you is not like that.
It's a long way down.
Bone Horde is actually nice and fun and easy.
Oh.
Like, even if you do something like that... Oh yeah, Expert is 100% the, It is almost 3 times as hard as normal. And it doesn't get any easier. I don't usually go for that mantle, but I saw that I had an opportunity to do it, so I did it. If I don't seem to be talking much, or don't seem to be talking much of substance, it's because I'm very much concentrating.
Tunes with piped-in music. A classic.
There are a couple of ways you can do this next bit. But again, the most reliable way I've found is just to rope arrow up there. You can also climb up that inside bit there, which I just went past. Oh no. So at this point, this is meant to be a big trap room. It's actually the easiest part of the entire run, I'd say, because you just do this. Assuming you don't miss, and fail to grab the thing. There. As long as you just keep moving, it will almost never actually hit you. The only one that's any sort of dangerous is that fireball that hits the ladder. I've been hit by that a few times. As I have decent health, I don't usually risk that unless I have the health to survive a screw up, because sometimes you get that bit wrong and just die. Most people who have been in the Discord will know how I do this bit. You meant to go through like a maze there, but nope, just climb over the statue. They can't see you if you're in their heads. that saved at a bad point then. Okay then. I know I always say that I don't use the speed potion here, but in this case I do. Oh yeah, I have found more and more ways to negate full damage.
Good thing I'm not afraid of heights.
I feel like using health potions for that rather than holy water was just me showing off. That wasn't intentional, I meant to use holy water because health potions are actually useful. Though hopefully I won't need them.
The Horn of Quintus, I presume.
Okay, where is it? Yep, there. Speaking of falling. Oh yeah, Bone Horde is quite possibly the easiest mission on Expert. I'd say it's easier than even Barford's. It's a little bit less forgiving because if you fail it, most of the things will actually kill you. But as long as you don't make a mistake, there's very little like real luck involved. The way you have in say Crag's Cleft or Escape. To be fair though, Bonehorde's pretty chill on all the difficulties, I think. It's one of the easier missions in the game once you understand it. The main challenge is finding your way around. Usually I can't actually grab onto that rope while it's messing around, but this time I was. One thing worth noting about Bone Horde is if you're going for 100% loot, the loot on normal is in completely different places. There's a lot of loot available here that isn't available, or available on normal that isn't available on Expert.
That shot was meant for me.
I don't know why I bother grabbing the fire arrows. I don't actually use them.
Dead. Head back now.
These creeps are gonna lead me right back to whoever sent them to kill me. But only
Oh good, I did save before the mission,
Yes, I'm sure.
or after starting the mission.
Head back now.
these creeps are gonna lead me right back to whoever.
This mission is deceptively a lot harder than
tail them without them noticing me.
normal to speedrun, purely because there is effectively a hidden objective not to set off the alarm in the house. If it wasn't for that quasi-objective type thing that delays you by a whole minute or so if you fail it, this would be almost identical to normal. But that one thing kind of screws everything up. So the main thing I'm going to be doing once I get to the house is trying not to set off the alarm. I'm going to go for the safe strat here. Those of you who have been watching what I've been doing on the Discord will be aware there is this skip you can do with the mouse wheel jumping that will take you straight to the second floor from the entrance. Even after an hour of practice at that, I can't get it more than sort of a 50% reliability, and that was after doing it for an hour. So I'm not going to be doing that today. Even though it does mean I end up backtracking a little. I do not like doing this. wait, I can't do it like that. I have to actually knock him out because he's going to be right next to the corpses that are, well, the not corpses that I've left neatly in front of the front door. This is what I mean by this level just being deceptively hard, because there's a lot of things you just have to remember to do.
It is.
So,
Let's
these are
take that.
what's going on over there?
Okay, I'm going to save now.
Guess it was nothing.
I don't usually screw this up this much.
So, these are
It is.
Ramirez.
Let's finish the job.
I think it's time I dealt with Mr. Ramirez once and for all.
You can knock him out, but you can't kill him. If you kill him, the objective fails instantly. If you exit and enter his room repeatedly, at a certain point he will just drop dead though.
Hurry!
Can't remember if I need to grab something. I don't think I do, so I'm gonna act as if I don't. I can always get it later, because I remember I do pass through this area at the end. Again, on an IL I wouldn't put those guys to one side. I believe it's that way in Old Dark. When I tested it on New Dark, knocking him out was fine. I think it's actually faster to pick that lock than to use a plant to smash it open. Okay. Oh, that's just papyrus.
It may
That's
be
right.
time for me to move along.
It's this one I need to unlock.
Don't want to wear out my welcome.
I've grabbed everything I need. I wish I had more time to practice this before I did this run. Oh, bugger. Scrolled right past it. I believe it's 2,000 which I need to finish the objective. Yeah. Double checking now because it's faster to check now than to check once the objective is already not completed. There's a speed potion in that foot locker, but I don't think it's actually worth grabbing.
Maybe I should head back to my home.
Bugger. This is what I was afraid of.
Friendly.
If this happens, you lose about a minute, and I'm not sure where the alarm actually happened. It's happened a couple of times to me like this. I should have grabbed the thing from the foot locker, because it would have actually helped in this instance.
Hold it right there, Tucker. Who's there?
For those who don't know, if the alarm goes off on this mission, you're forced to return to your home neighbourhood, which is ages away. And
I've got a stranger here.
rather than losing 3 seconds, I've lost like a minute.
Come out, halt. intruder! Nice love pack.
I should go just ate the hit then. And now we're on to Thieves Guild. Straight from one bad mission to another. The main thing about this mission is I need to grab literally every piece of loot I can find. And if I miss even one, I'll end up messing about loads at the very end. Oh,
So
also I
busy
have no health
gambling
because
money away.
of that.
Notice if I take a bit.
You're a noise. There he is.
Damn it.
Look at that. Who's that? I spotted him. Feel my blade.
And he didn't go down from the thing.
What? I just see something. Hey, we got an intruder here. We have an intruder. Donald and Ruben can kill each other for all I care. While they fight over the base, they stay out of my way. Thought I saw something. I got you now.
Hey.
The Thieves Guild like mission design is okay, it's just that all of the loot for a speedrun is in such tiny amounts. It's like you grab something and it's worth 5 gold and that's it. It's just, because it's so spread out, it's impossible like for me to remember what amount of gold I should have at any given time because it's not in like even chunks. So I end up overcommitting to like my backup loot, just in case the main loot I grab isn't enough. If that makes sense.
You're not one of us.
Oh yes, over there. Again, I'm playing everything very, very safe.
Thought I saw something.
Because it's much easier to play this safe than to be reckless.
What was that?
Except for that guy.
Stay right there, Garrett.
I do.
Who's there?
What was that I heard? You're not one. That tickles.
Damn. Oh, he did actually go down. Good.
Hey,
Shit.
what the hell are you doing here?
Oh. Some of these beds are actually much larger than they look.
Now I can get my vase.
Oh wait, there's something else I need to grab as well. This is what I mean by lots of little amounts of loot. You're never quite sure if you've grabbed it all. So we drop down here. Hopefully I've grabbed enough loot. Oh yeah, no, that's not that's this way.
Hey, who's that?
I'm gonna make you
No!
bleed. He doesn't stand a chance.
Oh god.
We're gonna teach you a lesson, Garrett. Scared, huh? You're gonna learn what pain is all about.
I might actually just die here.
Hey!
just going to drink a speed potion and fall to my death.
Don't you move a muscle.
Not going to bother with the 5 tiny little coin stack. It probably won't be necessary. And the fact I've said that means I'm going to end up...
Help! Hurry! Help! Over here! Don't save me!
I hate this mission. I'm on 1 hit point. But I am actually most of the way through the mission now.
Freeze! That tickles! I'm gonna finish you guys.
Oh no.
Hey, stop! Don't move!
I thought I heard something.
I don't like this. Over here! He has a sword! Help! Thief! Thief!
Get him!
The wrong way.
Come on out and play.
I don't have any money.
This is such a painful mission.
Donald on the south side. Roof.
Oh good, he actually went down. Sometimes that guy has a habit of not taking damage when you hit him.
Get him! Together, we can take him.
There.
Shit. Sorry. Excuse my French or
Sit right there, Garrett.
English. Okay. I'm actually starting to worry that I didn't grab enough loot, as in nearly enough loot, to complete the mission. I can't remember what I skipped, which is the problem. No, actually, I think I'm fine. I think.
My eyes must be playing tricks on me.
I'm not going to be faster than my previous run through of this. I'm confused by that, really, because my previous run through wasn't that great. I'm not sure exactly where it all went wrong.
Something.
Drop that weapon!
I thought I saw something.
Oh yeah, I have the loot I need, just about.
Garrett, you're...
I'm now falling way behind on the time I actually needed. There are half a dozen ways through this level. And I can't remember which one I finalised on last time I played, but I'm going to go with this one. When we were talking about doing 100% loot runs, this was the mission I was actually really scared of. Because the idea of going all the way through Little Big World just to grab that like one coin that's in there seemed like a giant waste of time. I think I've gone the wrong way. I think I've actually gone horribly the wrong way. Oh well. Come on.
Time to take my new
Sword
and
refused
get
to be
out of
grabbed
this
for some
crazy
reason.
place.
In TDP it's absent, yeah. But in Gold, doing 100% loot run where you go all the way through it would be pretty painful. I have a bunch of flash bombs, why I'm not using them? Oh, that guy even has a coin purse. If memory serves me, I'm at... Thank you, plant. Just random plant just flew into my hands. Yeah, that's the incriminating evidence. I always double check that because I remember I once came in here, read the book and then left. But the book didn't count. Do I actually even need to read it? No, I don't. I should have practiced this a lot more before I started. Wait, why did I go in here first? There's a scroll in Little Big World? Oh! I don't think so.
Identify yourself. Think you can hide for long?
I don't think I need... Okay then. No! I feel like everything I'm doing here just goes wrong. Okay, yeah, that's everything. Now this is quite possibly my least favourite mission, that's my least favourite for reasons other than difficulty. As someone who likes to route their own missions, this one is almost impossible to route. It is an absolute nightmare because you need so much loot, which means my usual method of routing things just doesn't work. Because usually what I do is I go through and then add little deviations for the loot you need. But there are, like, just doing little things doesn't get you the loot you need. You need to actually go majorly off the path for it. And then you end up it feels like it. Oh, when ghosting, do you need all existing loot? I think with ghosting, you don't need all the loot. But there are, like, even harder versions of ghosting where you do, because you have, like, Supreme Thief and Perfect Thief. I will point out most of these are actually impossible to do on a lot of levels. For example, you can't actually ghost this level at all. Okay, hopefully. I can just leap from here, grab that. Yeah, 800. You can technically smash... Oh! I was not expecting to pull that off. I'll be honest, I kind of wrote that off as something that would only ever happen with the help of tools. Okay then. No, it's still the same amount of loot in all difficulties. It's why the loot amount change, like the loot locations change on Expert or Bone Horde, because you have access to the new rooms, and those rooms contain loot, so they remove loot from elsewhere in the mission. No. Oh dear. I do not want to be on this low health, and yet I have no health potions, so I have to just stay like this. I mean, the easiest way to check that would be to, use the end level cheat to just instantly end the level at the start of the thing. And then do it on each of the difficulties to see if the number changes. But if it does, I'm fairly certain it will count as a bug. Which I don't need to go down there. Actually, I do need to go down there. What am I talking about? Oh no, no! Okay, I have 300 loot left to grab. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna just leave this area for now and go grab that last 200 loot later. Once again, I'm gonna end up losing time on this mission. I've lost time on pretty much every mission apart from the tutorial. I think those Burek locations might actually lead to me having to just call this run off. Quite seriously, I don't think I can actually get through there. I think that's the end. Like, certainly I'm not going to get any good times from now on, because... well... I can't get through them. Okay, okay, just do that and then keep going. It's not a Newdark thing, it's in the original game as well. It's actually the only way I ever beat T2X, because I didn't like that game very much. But I wanted to see all the levels, so I may have cheated on it a bit. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna just... You know, previously I'd said before, I didn't think that Haunted Cathedral was too bad on Expert. Oh, yeah. A little bug that you may notice on this section. If you save while that gate is opening, it will actually close faster than if you just leave it. Book. Hello. Book. Thank you. Okay, that level just hated me. Absolute, like, I don't know what I did to it to make it hate me that much. But it seems it decided it really didn't like me and wanted to just make sure it ruined my day.
Saw 'em use their magic. Any intruders better hope we get to them first before the handmaidens do.
Thought I saw something.
Turn around very slowly.
Thought I saw something.
Who's there?
On normal, it's actually faster to go via this lower route and just grab the key off that guy.
So this is where the
But
mages hide
you
their
don't get
dirty
the extra
little
100
secrets.
loot, which of course
You cannot change.
slows you down on the next mission.
Not belong.
This'll make any fence crack a smile.
Leave us.
This mission isn't actually too bad, usually, but you do feel the lower health,
You're a pincushion now.
particularly if that happens. Okay. And you end up with archers chasing you around the mission. The only real major deviation, I'd say, is this. If anyone needs the loo, now's a good time to go, as I'm gonna be just be picking this door for the next minute or so. I don't need to knock him out.
Looks like Captain Regali.
Early on I used to run up to that guy and just knock him on the head,
You can't hold out on me.
but it's actually unnecessary.
Did I hear a noise?
He won't wake up, whatever you do, pretty much.
Oh, skin. Who troubles this place?
This mission is pretty much identical, as I said, so most of the big trouble spots are the same as the ones in the normal run. Though it does look like I'm going to end up making some time back on this mission, assuming I can pull off this trick properly. Which I can. Yes! The thing with the leaning strat, from when I've looked at it, it looks really good, but it's hard to pull off, and is it actually any better in the situations it can be used than just bunny hopping more?
I have eternity to seek you out.
The only times I think it'll be useful is if it can somehow get you somewhere you can't go otherwise. If you haven't seen people going into this area before, like this, then this is actually something that was discovered by X-Module, but everyone believed he was hacking when he did it, so it's only recently become part of our main tactics, because we've only recently worked out how he did it. And I should probably state it is an absolute pain at times, but it does work.
The shadows. I call upon the elements to smite
No,
you.
no, don't smite me, don't smite me. Good. Yeah, I'm going to make some time back on this mission, I hope.
Oh.
This jump is really difficult.
There is a disturbance.
I really hope I don't end up dying when I'm doing this. Again, I'm sorry I'm not talking much. This is proving to be a lot harder than I actually remembered it being. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. There's that as well. And that's all the loot I need. Oh yeah, it's really well hidden, that
Did that shadow move?
entrance.
Hey, who was that supposed to hurt?
Because it's in an area where you don't really explore because it's just all really boring. And it's almost unique. You can actually see it because it does sort of dip into the ground a bit, but it's very much...
This looks like the way out. That'll come in useful later.
I've forgotten to read that thing. Oh. If you read the scroll there, right there, you do actually have to sort of back in and back out again. Or back out and back in again. Okay then. This is the mission I always dreaded, like routing wise, because it was completely different to how you route it in the normal run. For those who don't know, on gold normal percent, this is the fastest mission in the game. It's compared to its casual playthroughs. Like, obviously there are faster missions, but this one's meant to be like massive and long, but on normal percent you just jump to the talisman and jump back. We can't do that anymore. Instead we have to go the long way round. And it's a long way. It's actually an absolute pain in the butt, this mission. A lot of things that were easy in the original like normal run, or even on TDP, are now really hard on this mission. And it has a loot objective that's really high. And if you forget bits, you're screwed. Because there's not that much sort of bonus loot near the exit for you to
So this
keep as a backup.
It's not lost no more.
For those who have seen me do the thing with the fire elemental, where you fall down this tower, you're not going to see that today because it's way too unreliable and only saves maybe half a second over just climbing down the tower normally. Okay, it saves slightly more than that, but like the 5 seconds it might save is not worth the 20 deaths you will have before it works, and the fact that you lose a bunch of health even when you do get it successfully. So the interesting thing about this loot objective is it actually has... It specifies that you need at least 500 gems. I believe it's the only objective in the game that specifies a certain type of loot. And usually I can make this easily, but this tiny corner here is an absolute pain. For God's sake. As I should remind people, this was something I meant to practice for, but couldn't, for reasons I'd rather not go into. Oh yeah, first mission of T2 also had the objective, but only on Expert again. It's a really dumb objective. I'm really glad it doesn't turn up more, because screw that. Honestly, I'm not really sure why they even bothered splitting the loot until Deadly Shadows, where it was kind of important, but also really irritating, and still stupid. For those who haven't played this mission on Gold before, you may notice there are mages hanging around rather than Craymen. One of the less popular changes to Lost City, I'd say. I don't know why they made this change, it just seems to kind of ruin the feel of the mission. I think I go this way. Yeah, that's right. The funny thing, the odd thing about the gem objective here is what it actually says is basically you need to find a certain room and loot a certain room. Because pretty much all of the gems you need are in one room, and the rest... I don't even know if you can actually get the loot objective without that one room. So I don't know why they didn't just say, loot the gems in the temple. I think it's a temple, I'm not sure. And it's that building there, which we'll be coming back to later. So yeah, as it turns out, this mission's nice and simple, as long as you can get all the loot you need and don't make any stupid mistakes.
What have we here?
When playing casually, you need to go all the way like into that area to grab some. I think it's a lever in Thief Gold, but we don't need to grab that because we've gotten the objective we needed from there, which is the Keeper medallions. I think I'm going to make some time back on this mission again. I can't think I'm going to spend another 2 minutes in here. Now you can actually fall down this hole and survive, but it's just not worth the hassle. There's lava at the bottom and it hurts. We're going in here anyway, because you may notice we bought a scroll at the start. That's so we can grab that loot. What? Not sure why I didn't die to the first one. Usually they die to one. And I missed one of these. Yeah, I think that's all of them. This is one of the most stressful parts of the mission. It would be fast to just go back the way I came, but typically there are a bunch of oh shit. Never mind, I'm just gonna concentrate for a moment.
Anybody home?
Yeah, I've got the loot I need.
How can the keepers keep this place a secret?
Oh no, 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 no. Okay, I'm not going to make any time on this mission. I might actually lose a bit of time, I'm not sure. Again, I'm losing time on these missions. I'm not sure where I'm losing time to. It's just sort of, being lost. I'm doing something slower. I'm wondering if I'm not bunny hopping as much. Because I'm, being overly cautious. Either way, this is going to be a 1 minute 45 run, most likely, judging by my current pattern. Oh shit, 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 shit. Oh. You can actually die at the very end there. Okay, this is the mission I have actually been practicing today because I've been testing new routes on it. So Song of Caverns is one of the hardest missions in the game.
Guess I'm not getting any information
Much like
from Gary after all.
Crag's Cleft, it is a lot harder than on normal, and it wasn't an easy mission on normal either. At least I wouldn't think so. And very much like Haunted Cathedral and Thieves Guild, most of that difficulty comes from the fact it has a very unforgiving loot objective. First time I've ever fallen down that hole. But the key thing with this mission is you have to sort of go around the entire opera house, which is where most of the time is going to be spent.
The curtains went down on this guy a long time ago. He's the best lead I have.
Those who haven't seen the knife strap before, this knife is very sharp. And yes, I am going to be grabbing the extra flash bombs from here. Even though I don't technically need them.
In the shadow there. I'm harmless. Leave me alone.
Okay, I think this is where I'm meant to be going. Yes, this is right.
So, did you read Cribb's latest? That gibberish is a waste of my art.
Okay.
Who's the... Hey, stop! Don't move!
Damn, I didn't mean to flash myself.
Help! Help! There's some...
Dear God. I keep feeling like I've missed something, but I think I'm just getting paranoid because in the past I have had problems, particularly with the loot objectives on these missions. Now hopefully I'm not going to end up being harassed by a bunch of guards once I'm inside this place. good. Very occasionally there will be people in here already, because one of the servants went and rose the alarm. No.
What was that noise?
Thought I saw something.
I don't believe so. Oh dear. I don't usually bother knocking these guys out, but as I have the extra flash bombs from previous mission. Oh no, need to go down here. I don't know why sometimes that button is just really small.
I heard something.
Oh, what was that?
Odd noise. All right, show's over, thief. Ah!
This little pig.
What was that?
It's
Nice.
2,000 loot I need.
You'll have to do better than that, Tapper.
Shit, really?
I think a baby bird pecked me.
And I'm out of
I'll see blood.
flash bombs. That is one of the more annoying parts of this mission, because you have to basically just get lucky and not have all the archers in just the wrong spots.
This will make a nice little bonus.
Well, I'm now starting to wonder if I have missed a critical bit of loot somewhere. Oh well, I'll just keep calm and keep going. I know where some backup loot is if I need it. Huh. Usually there's a bunch of people down here.
A thief I see before me?
Guards! Guards!
Okay, then. I now just need to hope. Oh, thank God.
Don't let him get me.
Oh, please.
No.
What were they even doing up here? It's like those are the people from, like, the basement. I'm fairly certain.
Help! Help!
I thought I saw something.
And now I'm back on track for actually getting a decent time. Okay then, this is Undercover. One of the less good missions to run, let's just say. Even if you don't screw it up like that. Like, Undercover is pretty horrific, in all honesty. There's a reason why I'm picking up all those gas arrows and things. Because pretty much the easiest way to complete this mission is to make sure that everyone's unconscious. Oh, it's not this one, it's the next one. The hell? Oh no. That's bad. That wasn't where I meant to use the first one. But as it turns out, that's where it's gonna... be used.
Even the Baron does finally act against evil.
Now the first new objective.
Yolan has told me that his new apprentice had released the key.
Get out the doorway. Yep, good. I'm going to need to find a way to deal with that guy. I picked up a gas mine. I'm gonna... No! Get out the doorway! Now, you don't have a rope arrow in this mission, which unfortunately means rather than going via the rope arrow, you just go down here. Or rather than going the other way and then using the rope arrow, you go down here first, rather. On the plus side, this means this hammer's in very easy grasp. Just going to casually fail the expert objective not to kill anyone, because apparently no one actually cares. For those wondering, yeah, you can just kill people with hammers like that, and the objective never fails. It's just something you can do. You can literally kill everyone in the entire mission like that. Yes, this way. It's because you're not technically killing them, the hammer is. Now this is where the mission gets hard, because... Actually, I've knocked everyone out this time, so hopefully the mission won't get any harder. Though I did just go the wrong way.
Cease thy gains and face me.
Just grab some cheese. Yeah, I meant to go down here first. I went onto autopilot and started doing the normal route, which is actually one of the biggest dangers of running an expert run. If you've already done a bunch of normal runs, you will at least once find yourself just going the normal way and then suddenly getting confused as to why the mission isn't finishing. Though actually, in this instance it seems it didn't. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I skipped some loot earlier, I believe. I did. Because of issues getting to it, because I had someone follow me when I didn't expect it. Oh no. You are not meant to follow me in here. And I don't know how much loot I have. I didn't get a chance to look at it before. Crap. I'm 100 loot down, roughly. This is actually really bad. Was it this room I didn't go in? No. Oh, it's this room. Okay, I now have my loot objective, so I can exit out onto the street. Yeah, the issue with undercover is the loot objective is really kind of tight, and there is so much RNG going on. There is times when you just can't grab the loot you need, because if you do, you will die. Now let's go straight from that to the easiest mission in the game, for an expert run. Shit. Which I'm still screwing up because I don't need loot and screw this. This is why I don't use experimental loot. Experimental loots, yes, that's exactly what I mean. This is why you don't use experimental routes on your debut of a hard run. I can't do this. I think I've actually buggered this bit by doing something stupid. And yes, I 100% take responsibility for the fact I did something stupid. Oh no, I've got it. Oh no, I don't have any. I didn't grab the health potions, but if I can mantle with some actual speed, I honestly don't really care. At this stage I'm just going to get out of here. I've completely buggered this run and I'm sorry. Okay, escape. This is quite possibly the most RNG based mission, but I wouldn't say it's the hardest anymore. Which should tell you how hard some of the other missions have been up until this point. Oh. That was meant to get them both. Only one of them went down. Yeah, find some information. Wait, why am I grabbing all this stuff? I don't need it. I do, however, need health. Dear God, do I need health. This... Oh no. This is horrible. Okay, this is actually going significantly better than I anticipated so far. Just go like that, round there. Of course, having said that, that then immediately happens. But that's because I didn't have the flash bomb out in time. Really? Didn't you get? I think I must have thrown it behind the wall thing. Okay.
Who's you here?
Oh, this is 100% like worse for that sort of thing than. Can I get through here? No! Oh dear. I'm gonna go the long way. The long way didn't help. Usually I have more health at the end of this. I think. Because I think I took some damage from... Ah, got it. Got it. Losing a minute on escape, I'm not too bothered by this. We now move on to Strange Bedfellows. Strange Bedfellows is an interesting mission.
About this.
It's actually not too different.
What happened here?
There is a tiny deviation in the route, but otherwise the route is identical.
Looks like Constantine got here.
However, there is a complication. And the complication is not in the form of some new enemy or something that's different about the map. It's that if I touch a bug beast, if a bug beast hurts me or I hurt a bug beast, or if I touch a bug swarm and the bug swarm stings, I then have to kill every bug beast on the map. And we really do not want that, because killing every bug beast is actually a pain, and it takes time. So we're just going to avoid hitting any bug beasts. Oh no.
Ah, 'tis thee, the master thief. It's been time for the tricksters, foul beasts, have captured our high priest, and if we cannot retake him alive, all shall be lost. Also, our enemies hold the builder's chisel, which thou must recover. You lack thy skills of stealth and treachery, and our enemies must surely kill him should we make a bold attempt. Take this key.
Yeah,
and
take
map.
the key. Don't need the map, mate. There's going to be a spider up here, most likely. No, no spider. I'll take that as a sign of my good luck. Now here's where the objective not to hurt bug beasts kinda is actually fine. Huh. So yeah, at this stage I'm gonna be about a minute behind at a minimum where I wanted to be with this run. But there is nothing actually I'm worried about in the run anymore. Undercover was actually the last mission I was sort of scared about. This is always a little bit tense, but actually surprisingly okay. Into the Maw of Chaos. This mission, if I don't get disorientated by starting without a shop screen, is actually absolute. Like, it is the most straightforward mission in the game. And on expert, it's not easy, but it's not really different. There is one major route deviation, I think, but that's more out of necessity, and it's not so much a route deviation as a skip being slightly changed because you can't do the original skip. And believe it or not, it's actually easier to do it this way, and I'll be showing that very shortly. Now there is some confusion about this mission. A lot of people say that it's faster on
Try
expert.
that again.
That might be true of Old Dark, but on New Dark it's not, because Constantine is actually really buggy on New Dark. And you'll see that in a moment. Actually, it might be slightly faster, but it's not noticeably faster. It's basically just 2 skipped voice lines at most. But yeah, this is the major deviation. You may have seen me do this on some of my earlier normal runs, because I just find it easier than using the mine anyway. But we don't actually have a mine on this difficulty, so we have to do it with plumsies. Or fruit, as it's called in this game. Which suits me down to the ground, as that's really easy to do, compared to the mine strategy, which I always fail about 3 times.
Now that's big.
Turns out with mouse wheel jumping you can actually go really fast up that section. And now we go up here. So we're gonna pick up these. Oh yes, you can. Like, you don't jump into the well, but you can jump so you mantle onto the edge. I've done that before. Maybe you can just jump straight in. Speaking of bunny hopping, those of you who have been watching me before will know how much I love this corridor. Ow. Oh well, getting some damage is actually not a bad thing. Which is why I'm not going to eat that plum. It's funny because bunny hopping here on Moor is both really easy and really dangerous, which actually makes it really fun. Case in point. Nope. Ah, bugger. I remember this on in a casual playthrough actually being a really like boring section, because it's just, oh, there's lava underneath you and you're walking over really thick ledges. Wow, that's impressive and stuff. Okay, here is the hardest part of the mission.
Let's just disable that portal and give the hammers a fighting chance.
Like, legitimately, this one shot
Let's just disable that portal and give the hammers a fighting chance.
is what, in my opinion, makes this mission actually somewhat difficult. Because it's actually really hard to land it, in my experience. Like, the other 3 shots are easy, but getting the earth shot off. Now, this is what I mean by Constantine being really buggy at the end. Because if you look, there are currently 2 lit pedestals, so you're probably thinking, oh, that means it's going to be a lot quicker, because those 2 pedestals are already lit, so he doesn't need to go to them. But as it turns out, he will still go to those pedestals at one point, which makes this bit slightly longer than you would think. I'm guessing that's an old Dark, or a new Dark problem. Before I get to the end. Yes, run's now over, basically. Didn't go particularly smoothly, as you can see by the long list of reds in the top left-hand corner. Got some very bad RNG on a couple of levels, particularly Crag's Cleft and Haunted Cathedral, but getting bad RNG on at least one of those levels is pretty much expected. Did some stupid stuff on Return to the Haunted Cathedral, did some stupid stuff on Undercover. Most of it was my own fault because I hadn't been practicing. I had meant to do like a full practice run before this run, but for reasons I'm not going to go into, I couldn't do that. Still, I believe this technically does count as a world record, at least as far as speedrun.com is concerned, as no one else has ever done a run on Expert before. The actual routes, I think, are all pretty decent, at least. Though I'm sure as time goes on, people are going to sort of look at them and decide maybe there are faster ways of doing them. If you're interested in doing that, I'd recommend looking at the Lost City route in particular, because that one is almost purely a loot route, which is almost certainly going to end up having faster ways to do it. As you can see, he's now gone over to do a ritual to that one that's already glowy. Now he's coming down here. He's just going to sort of wave his hands a bit. So I think it... Yeah, playing on Expert, you skip one voice line. That is the extent of the Expert speed up. I'm hoping this will come out just under 1 minute 40. Okay, that's the full run done. As I said, didn't go particularly well, but as I did that pretty much cold without practicing first, I'm actually not too upset by that. Just under 1 minute 40 for an Expert run. I'm expecting that to drop to about 1 minute 30 by the time other people start running the game, or running on this difficulty. Dan, I know you're already doing Expert on some of the missions. I need to make sure that my route through the sword is as fast as it can be, because I think my sword run was pretty bad. I don't think 1 hour 15 is going to be viable for some time. The thing is, most of the time that's actually spent is spent grabbing pieces of loot. The holy grail of an Expert run would be a loot duplication bug of some variety. Like, something that will let you even just double the loot you're grabbing in one place would pretty much break the game. Because just on like on Thieves Guilds alone, that would mean you wouldn't have to go to the other house for loot entirely. You just grab the vase twice, grab the grail twice, and you'll be most of the way there already. But, of course, that's a pure hypothetical, and I don't believe it's actually possible. I spent quite a long time actually looking at the levels on normal, looking for hypothetical ways to speed them up. But the fact is, most of the stuff most of like the big time saves I think have already been found in this game. Optimization wise, maybe you could get down to a 1 hour 15 minutes. But again, you would need a lucky run where you didn't get bad at RNG. I'm not saying this run was a good run, by the way. It wasn't. Though it wasn't quite as bad as I at first feared. It should have been a lot better than that. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to be turning off the stream soon, so now is the time to ask me things or stuff. For anyone wondering, oh, what was your least favourite level? In that particular instance, it was Haunted Cathedral. To practice, Song of the Caverns. And it's always Song of the Caverns, simply because doing full runs Song of the Caverns is an absolute pain, because the first half is really easy and the last half is really hard. The other missions that were a pain to practice were Undercover, Crag's Cleft. Haunted Cathedral was actually not too bad in practice, but obviously in this particular instance that wasn't the case, unfortunately. I will just say, the way the Burricks position themselves, with like pretty much a solid wall of "you can't go here." Lost City isn't too bad. Lost City has a few like clutch moments, but as long as you remember to buy the scroll at the start, it's really not too bad. Because even like the really hard jumps, the only hard jump is now the very start. Everything else is nice and easy. Now there are a couple of like little jumps you can do, like you saw when I jumped from a staircase onto like a little ledge to one side at one point. But that was entirely optional. It may have given me an extra 5 seconds. My Lost City split time. Hold on, let me check. I don't know if you're able to see this. I probably will actually, because it is actually just one solid run, so it's nice and easy to upload to YouTube, and it is of course a full game run. I've not uploaded my other runs purely because I wasn't satisfied with them, but this is the first expert run to my knowledge ever, so I suppose historically I should. Lost City was 9 minutes 5 seconds. And 67 milliseconds. To be honest, but prior to the recent fines, I don't blame people for not running Thief Gold Newdark at all. But with Assassins and Mage Towers being broken, we can actually now start doing runs like this and actually having them fairly fun. Any further questions? Okay, I'm getting no further questions through on my end. So I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to stop the stream here. Thank you for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed this. I'll see people next time. Hopefully next time I'll have more time to practice and I'll actually be able to get a decent run. But 1 hour 40 minutes is still pretty good. So until next time.